it's Ashley. I thought I would do a standing pose sequence for you today with basically it's all standing, no getting down on the floor, no head below heart. So the first thing I want you to do is we're going to start in mountain and we're going to close our eyes and we're going to do some breathing. So I'd like you to stand in mountain, relax the shoulders down, press into your feet and stand as tall as you can. Close the mouth and breathe through the nose. And notice how you're feeling. Notice if you can soften the shoulders, if you can relax the legs, soften the belly for a moment. Connecting to your breath. Drawing the breath into the body, all the way down to the belly. Filling the belly, the ribs, and the upper chest as you breathe in. And exhaling it all out. And we'll do that 2 more times to the count of 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 3, 4, 5. Relax, come back to a natural, neutral breath, and open your eyes. Good. The first thing we're going to do is move to a wall, have a chair next to you, something that you can touch. We're going to stand here, place your hand on the wall, and we're going to use the leg closest to the wall. We're going to flex that foot, and we're just going to swing it back and forth, flexing the foot, and then allowing that hip closest to the wall to swing forward and back, kind of warming up the legs and the hips. Good. You can hear me hitting my yoga mat. You want to make sure that you move everything out of the way for this. And then go ahead and switch sides. So basically you can just turn around, face the other direction, place your hand on the wall, the chair, the couch, whatever it is that you're holding onto, and the leg closest to the wall, you're going to flex that foot and you're just going to swing the legs back and forth. There really isn't any correct way of doing this. It's just allowing your back and your hips to warm up. You can do it with your own rhythm. You can do it faster or slower. Really just allowing your body to tell you what feels best. Ready? And when you're done, go ahead and come back to mountain. Placing the feet on the floor, grounding the 4 corners of your feet, the base of your big toe, the base of your pinky toe. And I realize you can't see my feet. You can basically see the top, but you're going to ground your feet into the floor, press your shoulders down, turn your palms forward, stand as tall as you can. Kitty, if you knock over my phone, I'm going to be mad. Breathe in and breathe out here. And we'll move our arms. So when you're ready, inhale, stretch the arms out wide, bring them all the way up overhead. Gently release the shoulders down, but at the same time, reach your arms up, allowing the arm to come towards the ears, stretching as high as you can up. Kitty, breathe. Good. And then open the arms back out wide, maybe turning the palms away from the body and then down towards the body, releasing the hands down, turn the palms forward. Now we're going to stretch the arms forward and reach them as high as you can forward. No worries if you can't reach them all the way up overhead. Just reach them as far as is comfortable. And then turning the palms away from each other, opening your arms way out wide and down to the floor. Good, and we're going to do that reverse. I'm going to just move so I don't hit the TV. Kitty cat. All right, so we're going to reach the hands behind us, turning the palms away, stretching the arms out wide, drawing them all the way up. No worries if you can't reach them all the way up or they reach really wide. We're just moving the shoulders and then relaxing the hands down. Good. We're going to take our left shoulder, we're going to draw it up, back, and down. And the right shoulder, we're going to draw it up, back, and down. Good. Now left shoulder, we're going to draw back, up, and forward, and down. Right shoulder, we're going to draw back, up, forward, and down. Good. And give everything a shake out. Excuse me. Good. Now we're going to stand nice and tall again, grounding into your mountain pose. Coming into extended mountain by stretching the arms out wide and all the way up alongside your ears, relaxing the shoulders down. We're going to come into a side stretch. We're going to leave our left hand up. We're going to take our right hand down. Option to place right hand on thigh, right hand on hip. Stretching that left hand a little higher and then drawing across the ceiling and over towards the right side of the room. We want to make sure that we keep our hips even, left and right, shoulders even, so we're not twisting towards the floor. You could try doing this in front of a mirror if that's helpful for you. We're going to ground the left foot into the floor. We're going to stretch from the hip all the way up to the shoulders. We can keep gazing forward. We could look up as long as that feels comfortable on our neck. Good. You can take your hand off your hip at any point and reach it down alongside the leg towards the heel. Good. When you're ready, you're just going to draw back upright, bring both hands up, relax the shoulders down, and switch sides. You bring in your left hand down, thigh or hip, right hand higher into the sky, and drawing it across the ceiling and over towards the left. Remember, you can change your point of view, where you're gazing, to make sure that your neck feels comfortable. We can switch where our hand is, the bottom hand. We can be very little off midline. We can stretch all the way over to the side, as long as we're paying attention to our body and where it is in space and making sure that we're feeling comfortable and breathing. Breathing is very important. When you're ready to come back out, we'll come back out, bring both hands up. This time we'll bring the hands together and down to heart. We'll tuck the chin. Breathe in and breathe out. Release the hands alongside the hips. Lift your head, gazing forward. We're going to gaze to the right. Gazing forward. We're going to turn to the left. Come back to look forward. You can look up a little bit. And again, look down. Good. Standing nice and tall. We're going to stand wide now. So we're going to take our legs 2 to 3 feet apart. Good. We want to make sure that we can feel that there's space for our body. We want to have our feet far apart. We want to have our toes facing forward or a little bit to the side, maybe like 1 o'clock and 11 o'clock at a pretend clock, okay? We're going to bring our hands to our hips and we're going to start to bend our knees. As soon as we bend our knees, we're in the pose. We could go deeper if it feels comfortable. The most important thing here is to feel the weight of the body still in the heels, to try to draw the knees apart so that the knees kind of stack over the ankles or a little bit between the ankles. If your stance is too small, we're kind of doing a plie, and instead we want to do a wide squat. Good. Breathing here. Good. As I am, you can slowly lower and lift to practice this pose. You can have your hands at heart, you could have your hands at hips, you could have your hands out wide, you could bend your elbows into cactus arms. Do anything that feels good for you. Play with this pose. Good. Maybe come down and hold for a moment, broadening across the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then when you're ready to straighten the legs, turn the toes back to face forward, reaching the hands up to the left and the right side of your room for 5-pointed star. Think about taking up space. Breathing here. And then we'll bring our hands down about the same height as our shoulders. We're going to come into triangle pose on the left side. Turn to the left, turn the left toe to face the left side. Bring your hands down shoulder height, and we're going to tuck the left hip under, stretch over the left leg, float the hand down, right hand to the sky. Just like when we were in our side stretch pose, we want to make sure that our hips are both facing forward in this direction towards me, and both of our shoulders are. If you find yourself turning down, see if you can open that top shoulder up. You don't have to go super far. Your thigh, hand can be on your thigh, your hand can be on your shin, your hand can be at the floor. You don't have to look up. You can look to the side, you can look down. Breathing here. And then shifting to the other side. So lifting up, arms are parallel to the floor. Your left foot is going to face forward. Your right foot is going to face to the side. You're going to tuck that right hip under. We're going to stretch over the right leg, coming into triangle pose on this side, lifting your left hand up to the sky. Think about lengthening from hip to shoulders and breathing. Good. Another breath here. And when you're ready to come back up, stand up tall. Take yourself back to that 5-pointed star, fingers reaching the top 2 corners of your room, legs straight and strong, belly pulled in. We're going to move our arms. So we're going to bend the elbows, coming into those cactus arms. Elbows come down about the same height as your shoulders. And think about drawing your shoulder blades back towards you. So you're moving your elbows farther apart at the front towards each other at the back body. If you want more of a back bend, you could lift your heart and your chin and look up towards the ceiling. But you can stay facing forward and keep your neck long. Good. We're going to take our left arm, we're going to bring it in front of us. We're going to take the right arm and we're going to wrap it under the left arm. So right elbow under left elbow. You can bring the backs of your hands together, or you could wrap your hands around each other, coming into eagle arms. We're spreading open the space between the shoulder blades now. Think about standing tall. And then open yourself back up to those cactus arms, squeezing the shoulder blades together behind you. And now switching sides. So your right arm comes in front of you, left arm comes underneath, left elbow hooks under right elbow. Maybe just the backs of the hands touch, or maybe you can wrap your hands around and touch the left palm and the right palm, or the left fingertips to the right palm, or whatever it is that you can get to. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades at your back body. Good. One more time, coming back to those cactus arms, arms out wide, and then open your arms out to parallel to the floor and release them down and heel toe your feet together. We're going to do a little standing balance. Option is to come back to your wall. Have your wall next to you, and we're going to be standing on the leg closest to the wall. First balance we're going to do. Again, we're standing on the leg closest to the wall. Our belly is pulled in. We're standing nice and tall. We're going to take the leg that's farther away from the wall and bend that knee. Lift the heel off the floor. Your toes are like a little kickstand. Bring all of your weight into your standing leg. And before you go anywhere else, make sure that knee is just a tiny bit soft, like a little springy. And then you can take the leg farther away from the wall and maybe lift that foot off the floor. Maybe it's just your toes barely lifting off the floor. Find yourself a focal point, something you can glue your eyes to. You're welcome to tap that toe back down, that big toe, to make yourself feel more comfortable. Or you can lift that foot up, same height as your hip. You could lift the foot up and hold on to your shin with your arm, or on the back of your thigh with your hand. You could take the hand off the wall and hold here, hold on the shin, or simply practice balancing, lifting the hand and lowering it back down. Lifting the hand and lowering it back down. Wherever it is that you are, be there. Breathe, stand tall. When you're ready to release, let's go ahead and soften that leg down. Pick up the standing leg and give it a shimmy and a shake. And switch sides. So we're turning around to the other side. We're going to put our other hand on the floor, on the wall, on the chair, on the cushion. We're going to stand on that leg. We're going to bend the leg farther away from the wall. Lift the heel off the floor so the toes are touching the floor. Find yourself balancing on your standing leg, being very tall. Pulling your whole body in towards center. Engaging your core, finding your focal point. Maybe lifting the toes off the floor. Maybe tapping them down. Maybe lifting the knee same height as your hip. Maybe holding on to the leg. You can be holding on the wall this whole time. You can let go of the wall at any point. Up to you. Yes, this is your practice. Do what feels best for you. Breathing here. Reminding yourself to stand very tall. Good. One more breath here. Hand back on the wall. Lower the leg slowly down. Give that standing leg a shimmy and a shake. Good. Last pose we're going to do is kind of a downward dog pose, but not downward dog. We're going to use our wall. We're going to walk over to the wall. We're going to put our, I'm going to do it here. No, can't do it here. We're going to try to turn you. Let's see if this works. We're going to walk over to the wall and place our hands on the wall, something about the same height as your hips. And then we're going to place the hands on the wall so that we feel comfortable. We're going to walk the hips away, and we're going to lower our body into a place that's pretty much parallel to the floor. Pressing the hands into the wall, we're letting the chest relax, head comes in between the arms. We're drawing the hips back, and we're getting a nice stretch of the back. We're looking down at the floor, trying to keep the back long. And the knee is just a little bit soft. Good. And you can stay here for several breaths, more if you like. When you're ready to come out, you're just going to walk those feet back in towards the wall and bring yourself back upright. We're going to come down to the floor for a seat, or you could find yourself in a chair, which I'm going to do right here. Find yourself in a chair. You can sit at the edge of the chair, turn your palms forward. If you're coming to the floor, you can find whatever comfortable seat is good for you now. And this is going to be our Shavasana. So when you're ready, you're going to close your eyes. You're going to soften the shoulders, the face, the jaw, the fingers, the thighs, the knees, the ankles, the feet. Allow your breath to relax. Noticing how your body is feeling now. Where do you feel stretch? Where do you feel supported? Where do you feel relaxed? There's no right, there's no wrong. Just connecting, noticing, being with yourself. You're welcome to stay here for several more minutes. When you're ready to, we'll open our eyes. Take a big breath in. Exhale through the mouth. We'll take our hands beside us. And we'll take one last stretch together. Bring the arms out wide, all the way up overhead. Bring the hands together here. And bring your palms all the way down in front of you until they find heart center. Tucking the chin a little bit. And here you are. Namaste. Thank you.